Welcome to another very special edition of McGuire's Car Crazy. Coming to you from the SEMA Show in Las Vegas, the largest automotive aftermarket trade show in the world.
Typical of SEMA, it's just explosive.
This is where the world comes to buy the products that will dominate automotive retailer shelves this coming year.
It's mind-boggling. It's sensory overload.
We're meeting up with friends, both new and old, on our SEMA Car Crazy stage.
How many generations of Car Crazy guys are here? And now we get to be a part of it. It's a real honor.
And we'll show you some of the fastest and most beautiful cars on the planet.
Each car needs to be better than the next.
And just when you think SEMA can't get any better, it does. And we're bringing the best of SEMA to you right now on McGuire's Car Crazy. We travel the world to talk with men and women who are passionate car guys to find out what makes people emotionally connected to their cars. It's time to get to the heart of the car guy. This is Car Crazy. 2 million square feet, over 100,000 people here, rubbing shoulders, there's drifting going on beside us. It is a hoot. If you're in the business of making parts for car guys or distributing parts or selling parts anywhere in the world, you have to be at the SEMA Show every year. We have 4 days of shooting that we cram into 2 half-hour shows, so we're gonna move pretty quickly. And the action's gonna start right now. Scooter Brothers, Peter McGilvery, head of events and communications, producing the show, Chuck Schwartz, President Chris Kirsting. Brag on SEMA a little bit, what it's all about.
A fantastic show. We're really excited, Barry.
It's about launching new products, new technology, learning and collaborating.
It went from a fledgling market to this huge worldwide market.
The excitement of the SEMA Show is this is the place where all those folks who get the products out to the enthusiasts come to see what's
globally.
new.
It's more than just a show. SEMA is huge. Every year at the SEMA Show, we're blessed to have so many eye-popping cars surrounding us here in our Car Crazy Showcase, along with their owners, like our next guest with one of the sweetest Chevys in the show. 67 Camaro, come on, it doesn't get much better than that. Mike Strell, this is your car.
Yeah, this is my car.
And this character next to you, Jeff Evans, he's the builder.
How you doing?
Man, oh man. You know, we saw this car in pictures before the show. It was highly recommended, but you never know what you're going to get. This one knocks us out.
This is a great surprise.
This
is a
is
wonderful
unbelievable.
car.
It sounds like it's even a surprise to you.
Take it for a drive. You'll find out. I just want a new paint job.
I think you got something more than a new paint job. What happened?
It had kind of a rusty motor. I said, we need to put a new motor in it, too. And
so that was an incremental build?
Came for a paint job, and then we decided to do a chassis and do the motor, and it just got out of hand.
Speaking of out of hand, our next guest called one of the world's busiest car dealerships home. And now they've built their Galpin Autosports in one of the hottest custom shops out there. You talking about Car Crazy, these guys, you're beyond car crazy.
Thank you. I think so.
Bo Bachman, the vice president of Galpin Motors. Now you hooked up with Mad Mike here.
He's the best.
And, I don't know anybody crazier than you when it comes to customizing cars.
That's
you want a fish tank in the back of your 57 Chevy, Mike can deliver that for you, right? No problem.
I have to make it happen, but the ideas, they come right out of there.
That's the fun part is you get to come up with all this really crazy stuff that, just idiotic, and then, hey, Mike, just figure out how to do it. And, God bless him, he does.
We're all car guys, you know?
Yeah.
You walk around and see all your brothers. And
it's inspiring, but it's my favorite show.
There's a lot of stuff here that none of us have seen before.
Oh,
so you got to be
cool.
here.
Why didn't I think of that?
As you walk through the show, anything that particularly stands out to you?
You know what? That's the thing about this show. It used to be, did you see that car? Did you see that car? Nowadays, if something sticks out, you really hit that level.
It's so true. It really is. Stick around. We have the builder of some of the fastest cars in the world and the builder of the Batmobile and so much more.
Hail, hail, the gang's all here.
Right here, right after this break. Welcome back to McGuire's Car Crazy, where we're celebrating the biggest SEMA show ever.
We watched them come and go.
Boy, have we ever.
This is the biggest
SEMA Show.
Biggest
ever.
ever.
Largest trade show in the world, and it's about hot rods.
Down at Comic-Con, I found myself sitting on stage talking to George Barris, and I'm like, how did that happen?
How did that happen?
And I thought that was big. This is ridiculous.
Next up, two of the most respected experts in the world of classic car auctions and longtime friends, Steve Davis and Gary Bennett, from Barrett-Jackson fame.
Barrett-Jackson's a phenomenon. And I got to tell you, I'm often asked this, why do you think the car hobby is growing so fast? Because it is. I'd like to think we've had something to do with it, but nobody's had the impact that Barrett-Jackson's had.
First and foremost, we're passionate car guys. We love the hobby, we love the people, we love what you have done for the hobby, Barry. And I was joking with Gary, I know I've officially in my own mind, I can check that one big check mark, making the stage with Barry McGuire on Car Crazy, and I mean that.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yeah.
And here's my buddy, John Hennessy, who is totally certifiably car crazy, making fast cars go really fast.
The one, the only, John Hennessy.
Hey,
John?
man, so glad to be here at SEMA with you, Barry. This is great.
So this car behind us.
Interesting car.
Explain what Cadillac this is.
Okay, Cadillac has a CTS-V, which is their 556 horsepower supercharged V8. This is a coupe, but we had a customer who said, hey, I want more. I'm like, okay, that's what we do. I basically had the idea, what if we took the Venom GT engine and put it in something that had a trunk and had a back seat? And so basically this is a Venom GT with
GT
4 seats.
Cadillac.
Correct.
A 4-seater rocket.
The state of Texas now has the fastest highway in America. The Department of Transportation contacted me and said, hey, look, we got these toll tags, and we want to see how fast our machines can read them. The day before they opened, they let us out there, and this car went 220.5 miles an hour on the toll road.
You are the king of PR. You find more interesting ways to get your cars promoted.
I just like hanging out with guys like you.
You know, I have so much fun hanging out with the car guys on top and with the car guys on Top Gear. From being a car guy and liking to do extraordinary things with cars, to leaping into television. I mean, that's
the big jump for me was I went to school for marketing. I knew that I loved cars. I knew that I loved TV, and I hoped that I could make that work. And then a NASCAR fan, because I travel with NASCAR for Speed every weekend, loaded up on YouTube illegally something that I had done that they thought was funny. A producer from the BBC saw that in London, said, this guy seems funny, we should go talk to him.
Great.
And now I'm here with you. Those are the moments that I pinch myself, like, how did this happen?
You know, every year, there's a new car that seems to get modified more than any other at SEMA. Scion seems to be the car of the show. I wouldn't say that officially, but I think I've seen about 150 Scions around on the floor, so it's got me excited. First one we've actually had here on our stage, this was belonging to Mark Ramirez. Mark, good morning. How you doing? Eric Lopez being the builder, Extreme Dimensions. Yes. You guys hail from Southern California, Orange County, not too far from me, but a great car here. What got you interested in the Scion?
Honestly, last year, since I seen it in Central Hall, and I'm like, it just grabbed my attention.
Is that right?
Yeah,
you saw it here.
I saw it here in the Central Hall.
And fell in love, you said you gotta have one.
I have to have one.
And little did you know that a year later, you're gonna not only have one, but have it on the SEMA stage.
Yeah, I know.
Tell us what you did to the car, Eric.
With the car, we have our new GT Concept body kit by Carbon Creations. We put about 4 months work into putting it all together.
When did you guys actually finish the car?
We actually finished the car one day before the show.
Yeah, okay. Since I was at the very first SEMA show almost 50 years ago, I've loved hanging out with my oldest friends who were there even before me, laying the foundations for everything we're seeing here today, along with their cheerleader, Linda Vaughn. Having more fun than I deserve, hanging out with some of my oldest friends, Blackie Gigia, Gene Winfield, the one and only Linda Vaughn, and who's the guy in the end? I forgot. Oh yeah, George Barris.
The man that's sitting up here right now is that person right there.
There he is. There he is.
He's done everything in the world, and now if you want stories, he could tell you every story in the world right there.
The George Barris, the king of customizing.
But the best part about it is, all of us guys are here in the custom car world. We got a girl. She's part of the custom car world.
Well, she's custom made.
I think of all the nitrocellulose paint that you breathed through the years for you to be here still.
And I'm still painting.
And you're still doing it.
I have a new one right out there.
I remember when you tore the mirrors off the bathroom wall and took them in and put them under your car. You're the first guy to ever put a mirror under a show car.
Well, you know, everybody, when you're seeing a show like today, look at the beautiful cars they got. Take time, really study it, enjoy it. take it inside you so you know what people are doing, you know, and that's what brings it around.
To see the growth of what these cars are doing today and the young generation like my grandson.
This is the next generation car guy. I'm glad you mentioned him because Jared was just sitting on the side. We ought to have you on for a minute, Jared.
First project now is being presented to Ford with a wild-looking truck.
At the beginning of summer, my grandpa had a couple photos cut up on the floor, and I said, "Do you mind if I mess around with it a little bit?" And he just said, "I dare you. Do it."
Yeah, wow.
It's really fun to be doing what we're doing.
It really is.
You're on an airplane somewhere and you're flying somewhere and you sit next to somebody and they go, "What do you do?" And it's really fun to kind of look at them and smile and go, "You know, I pretty much just play with old cars."
Our American car companies are the heartbeat of America and the backbone of America.
And we are seeing car guys coming back into popularity in these car makers, and we're seeing cool cars.
He's on one of TV's hottest shows, but did you know he's a car guy at heart?
Oh yeah, I love my old cars.
And the man most responsible for the new Dodge Viper. All that and more right after this break.
You're a car guy. I mean, you are a car guy. You're here at SEMA because of that.
Got a 66 Imperial convertible, 63 sedan, a 62 Cadillac. So I like driving it better than
you're good.
Of course, SEMA is a trade show where the business of product selection for retailer shelves is taking place everywhere you look. But even the business guys here are car guys.
Hanging out with Jake Wilhelm, you're the associate buyer for Sears and Kmart. Now, we like it when a big retailer starts saying, we need to address the car guy marketplace, and then they bring you on the stage. You are a car guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy that likes to spend a lot of time on the driveway, you know, taking care of my car, and ever since before I could drive, you know, I love looking at the cars growing up and learning everything about them.
What goes through your mind as you come onto the floor here?
Being here and just seeing all the innovation is just absolutely incredible, and you know, it's getting easier to use these things.
They want to love their baby, they want to keep their baby looking really great, but they have less and less time to do that, so you need speed.
After capturing the hearts of serious car guys through 4 iterations, sadly, production of the Dodge Viper came to an end. But thanks to this man and his team, the Viper is back.
We're having so many great people stop by and talk to us. You're going to particularly like this guy. Ralph Gill's the president and the CEO of SRT, the Viper. You got to tell this story, the new Viper coming out. But I mean, this was a hands-on project for you.
Viper's always had a special, it's the reason I joined the company, right? When I was a young designer, I could have gone to a few different companies. I saw it as a concept car, fell in love. Now, a couple years ago, private equity guys tried to kill the brand. You know, it was one of those things, you know, Sergio came back and I said, can we work on the new Viper? And he's
They
like,
really wanted to kill it.
oh yeah, they were trying to sell it. It was really sad, you know. And Sergio said, well, you can sketch on it, but that's about it. So we sketched on it, and it kind of grew out of control. We ended up building a full-size model. And I showed it to him, kind of surprised him with it, and he's like, that is really cool. So, you know, he allowed us to do the project, and, you know, fast forward to today, and we're about to launch the car to the public in a few months.
It looks outrageous.
Yeah, it's cool. It's sexy.
One of my favorite things to do is finding that connection that ties us all together as car guys.
Hanging out with Kurt Schumacher, Senior Vice President of Field Operations for Advanced Auto Stores. Are you having fun?
I'm having a ball. I'm sitting with you. You know, how much fun is that, right?
Well, you're here not because you're an advanced guy. You're here because you're a car guy.
I am a car guy.
Lifetime car. You're a Detroiter.
I'm born and raised in Detroit.
First car. What was your first car?
First car I had was a '69 Camaro. Was my first car. But the neatest car I have today, one of the neatest cars I have is a '63 Lincoln convertible, 4-door convertible. I mean, I'm a rock star in that car.
Next on our Car Crazy stage, well, this may be the craziest ride at the show, and now, if I could just figure out what it is.
We have something totally certifiably car crazy, I gotta tell you. Meet John Farr with a Dodge. I didn't even know what this car was. I mean, I walked around, what is this thing? It's not like any Dodge I've seen before.
No, it's slightly modified.
Yeah, slightly modified. This is a car that you saw many years back with the dual axles.
Correct. A friend of mine actually had built it in the early 90s. I chased this truck for almost 10 years.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah, kind of always knew where it was, and it traded hands a couple times, and tried to buy it a time or two, and always said, no, that's a terrible idea. You'll never own this. It's not for you.
Next up, my car crazy friends that make my home away from home, the Peterson Automotive Museum, car guy heaven.
Brag on the Peterson for just a minute. We're so glad you're there and all the good things
premier
going on.
automotive museum. We've got a collection of almost 320 cars.
Right on the Miracle Mile, Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles.
Full position on the Miracle Mile.
It is the Peterson Museum, and we owe all this to Bob Peterson, Robert E. Peterson.
This man was involved in
was.
every single automotive enterprise. Robert E. Peterson, Pete Peterson, he was the genesis of all things cars.
He really was. Dave McClellan is going to be the recipient of the Robert E. Peterson Lifetime Achievement Award this next March at the Hot Rod Restoration Trade Show.
To include me in that group just absolutely blows my mind.
For us, SEMA is Auto Week. Yeah, everything they're doing here, see what these suppliers are doing, it's just terrific, and it's that stuff that fuels our readers' passion.
The guys that are the real car guys in the car companies are starting to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah. We all talk about the golden age.
The golden age is tomorrow.
It's golden age is now
it's tomorrow.
and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ever wonder what else Overhaulin's Chip Foods is up to? Or what it's like to follow in Henry Ford's footsteps?
I love it. I mean, I love the business. I like cars. I like trucks.
You're about to find out. Stay tuned.
What's the key to being a good rally driver?
I love the aggression of moving the car around and really driving aggressively.
Welcome back to McGuire's Car Crazy, and here's one of NASCAR's youngest Top Guns.
Talk about this year you have. I mean, you're the points leader.
Yep, that's
in
correct.
The K&N Pro Series.
Yep, it's been good. I'm 2 points ahead of my teammate, and we have only one more race left. It's hard sometimes. Like yesterday, I was out at SEMA doing some work, signing some autographs, and then I was going to Halloween right after to trick or treat. So, I mean, I'm just a normal kid, yeah.
You know, for more than a decade, Car Crazy has been producing SEMA television, connecting you with the car guys who are making our hobby what it is today. Like our next guest, who has his hands on everything automotive.
Out here in front of the convention center with Tanner Fouts. My goodness, I can't believe we got you away from the track long enough to be at our stage.
It is a busy, busy week, and then you tie a race into that. You know, you've been coming to SEMA for years, and the trends of SEMA just seem to like evolve and change. It's trucks one year, it's hot rods, and I think things like the rallycross racing, it's going to start to move tuning to American cars.
You're wired differently than most people.
I think for me, it's always just been cars. It's been about cars. I never was the crazy BMX guy. I was a pre-med student in college.
Wow.
But since I was 3, you know, I always
That's amazing.
I just paid attention to the shifting. My dad, whenever he grabbed second gear in anger, you know, that was the highlight of my day.
And this next car guy, well, he just might be the busiest car guy at SEMA, or any other show he goes to for that matter.
Lots of action going on here. We have the one, the only, Chip Foods. Hey, Betty.
Thank you, Barry. It's a pleasure to be here.
You got lots of things going on, and you're building this car as we speak.
We are actually building a car for overhauling here at the SEMA Show again. You know, we're not restoring a car. What we've done is we've taken a brand new Chrysler 300S, and we are completely rebuilding that using SEMA and aftermarket products. You know, it is an automotive show, but I've always said it's about the people. The cars are just the catalyst to tell their stories. It's real easy to get emotionally connected to your car. You know, that's your first freedom in life. That's when you get to put the key in the car, start it, and make your own direction.
So personal, it's so personal.
You know, inside every Car Crazy show we produce, we probe the emotional connection that we have with our cars. And for this show, this will serve as that emotional connection.
Courtney Hallowell was a fixture here at SEMA for how many years?
Over 25 years.
25 years.
25
Everybody
years,
loved him. He was loved by car guys all over the world. We lost Courtney. I mean, we can't even put in words what that means. Maggie, his mom, is here with us now. And,
Thank you, Barry.
and doing something really very special, I must say. Jeff Day, the car builder, you have resurrected this truck.
When my son died unexpectedly, he was 42 years old, and he had a heart attack in his sleep, and it just rocked all of us. Jeff Davey from Devious Customs said, "I've got the garage, Mama, and we can get this done." And people volunteered their time, and they came from all over the world. And in less than 2 months, we took this from parts in his garage to the vehicle that you see today.
Help us understand the significance of this truck.
It was his project truck. and he was working on it, and he had all the parts in a bin.
It was all there. It was all ready to go.
And we couldn't have done it without everybody's help.
This describes what the car hobby is about, but what a celebration for him.
Yes.
This is love sculpted in metal. That's what this represents.
Wow.
I hope you know how privileged I feel to be able to hang out with car guys all the time and to hear their stories and to share their passion, like our next guest, who grew up in America's first family of car making.
With about the car craziest guy I know, and the guy that I love so much. First time on our stage here at SEMA. You're always
fantastic.
there. He went and grabbed you as you're going by. Last there he goes. No, there he is over there. The one and only Edsel Ford. How you doing, my friend?
Very nice to see you.
You represent Ford. I mean, you really do. And I forget at one of these celebrations we had, you got up and you spoke on what the essence of Ford and Henry Ford and your dad. And
I've had a lot of lucky times in my life, but you'll remember this. 2 years ago, we took my grandfather's car, the Speedster, to Pebble Beach. And frankly, driving that Speedster up on the ramp on the last day at Pebble Beach, knowing how proud my grandfather Edsel would have been to have me and my son Henry sitting next to me, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it now. I mean, it's just...
And the man that we lost this year, and you spoke in the memorial service so poignantly, with Carol Shelby, who was on the stage with us last year and every year. We miss him so much.
He's looking down, though.
Yeah,
I know he wishes he was here.
Your dealer relation is a big thing to
Thank you.
And dealers love you. They just love the fact that they can actually have a car guy they can talk to that has influence. Well, here we are with SEMA just about to close, and look at those crowds behind me. You know what that means? After 4 years of recession, the world is going more car crazy than ever before. You know what? Nothing's going to stop that.
Well, another SEMA show and another awesome experience. The best ever, in fact. A huge thank you to the SEMA leadership and all the SEMA volunteers who make this trade association best in class. And to all the passionate car guys that shared their amazing stories and cars with us. It's all of you who are making all of us just a little bit more car crazy.